All right, the Colorado Supreme Court ruled Wednesday night to disqualify Trump from the ballot, but it also stayed its ruling until January 4th, the day before the deadline to certify the primary ballot, or until the Supreme Court rules. Here's One America's Daniel Baldwin.
We're speaking with Mike Davis of the Article 3 Project. Sir, one of the more interesting aspects of this decision was that the justices imposed a self-stay on the case. They stayed their ruling until January 4th of 2024, the day before the secretary's deadline to certify the content of the presidential primary ballot. But then they wrote, quote, if review is sought in the Supreme Court before the stay expires on January 4th, 2024, then the stay shall remain in place and the secretary will continue to be required to include President Donald Trump's name on the 2024 presidential primary ballot until the receipt of any order or mandate from the Supreme Court. What does this tell you about their mindset? And does this reveal this is all politics and games?
Yeah, that just shows that these four left-wing activists on the Colorado Supreme Court, over the dissent of three of their Democrat colleagues, are playing political games, high-stakes political games. They wanted to set a precedent in Colorado on disqualification. Colorado is a deep blue state. Trump's not going to win Colorado, but these four left-wing judges wanted to set the precedent in Colorado so they can take that precedent on the road to swing states like Michigan, Minnesota, New Hampshire, and the like, and so they can just disqualify President Trump from the ballot in those states. They know that Trump's going to win the election, so they want to beat him by default.
And Mike, how quickly do you anticipate the Supreme Court to pick up this case after Team Trump files the appeal?
The Supreme Court must resolve this case, and it should resolve it quickly. But all President Trump needs to do is file the cert petition to the Supreme Court, and it stays the Colorado order. That being said, if the Supreme Court does not decide this case quickly, other states will use this abomination of a legal precedent in Colorado to try to disqualify Trump in other states. This is how countries fall apart. This is how republics fail, when you use lawfare against your political enemies. That's how the Roman Republic fell.
And Mike, real quick, nobody understands the Supreme Court quite like you. How do you anticipate they will rule on this case?
This should be 9-0. The case law is very clear from more than 150 years ago that if you want to disqualify under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, you have to charge them with criminal insurrection or rebellion under the federal criminal statute passed to implement Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. But you have three liberal justices who are outcome-driven partisans, and you have weak Republicans. So we'll see what happens. This is such an easy case, but the Supreme Court may make it difficult because they're political and weak.
Mike Davis, the Article 3 Project. Sir, we appreciate your time on One American News. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.